We have an update right now on this untouched piece of wilderness that you see right here, something that you really don't see very much of these days. This is in Pinellas County near Tarpon Springs. It was under threat of possible bulldozers, but now a group of neighbors is thanking lawmakers in Tallahassee who recently passed a budget to preserve the land. ABC Action News reporter Chad Mills found out why they now have their eyes on the governor's office in our Price of Paradise report. Good morning, Chad.
Good morning, Dia. Because they say they want Governor Ron DeSantis to approve funding to save the land behind this fence.
We have about 60 gopher tortoise nests out here at least.
The neighbors turned conservationists first showed us the land back in November. Land they said was rich with unique plants and wildlife.
You get to see a lot of variety of ecosystem within one small parcel.
But the 14-acre parcel on West Closterman Road, south of Tarpon Springs, is owned by Pinellas County Schools, which last year announced its intent to sell the property. Neighbors feared developers would buy the land to build condos, so they were racing to fundraise $3.2 million before July to save it.
You always have to be realistic, and the gap between where we were and where the goal was a whole lot wider than what we had achieved so far.
But just days ago, state lawmakers passed a budget and in it $3 million to buy the land on West Closterman from the school district and preserve it. Neighbors like Tex Carter were almost at a loss for words.
A choice between elated and what?
State Representative Chris Latvala says he was able to set aside the funding with the help of House Speaker Chris Sprowls. Both represent parts of Pinellas County where land like this is becoming harder to find. But the work isn't done. The budget and the preservation funding in it still need the support and signature of the governor. Carter's pitch to DeSantis, it would be money well spent since it would support education and preservation.
For the state, it's really a win-win.
Now, with all of that said, the governor's press secretary can't yet say if Governor DeSantis will approve the funding for the preservation here. She says the governor will thoroughly review that proposal, all of the budget proposals, before making his decisions before July 1. We're live in Tarpon Springs. Chad Mills, ABC Action News.
Thank you so much, Chad. However, a short distance away from that land, a plan to put more than 400 apartments along the Anclote River is proceeding. A panel of judges just dismissed a lawsuit challenging the development project. That development would be built on more than 60 acres of what is currently raw land. However, the judges did give the nonprofit that filed the lawsuit 30 days to adjust its argument. Residents in Tarpon Springs expressed fierce opposition to the development on the river back in the fall. They forced city commissioners to hold nearly all-night meetings on the project. And 2 weeks ago, residents voted to elect a new mayor who was the only commissioner to vote against the development. He'll take office in April.